David, a contractor based in Oakland, California, runs his own remodeling business. But during one particular job, things took an unexpected and deeply unsettling turn. He had been hired to renovate a room where, years earlier, a tragic fire claimed the life of a 3-year-old girl. Due to the ongoing renovations, the floors were layered in a fine coat of white drywall dust. But one morning, when David arrived on site, he discovered something that made his blood run cold.
Okay, so my last video wasn't too long because I didn't press a 10-minute icon. Anyways, I'm just getting into work, right? Nobody in this unit. I'm the only one besides the owner with the key. The owner lives all the way in New York. I'm in Oakland, California. So this unit had a fire a few years back. This was a little girl's room. This was a room. And I'm like lost for words right now. I'm sorry. Like, catch my breath. I'm getting chills. Hair standing up on my arms. But the girl that happened to pass away in this unit was 3 years old. Look at what the I see on the ground. Those are not an adult-sized footprint. One into the wall. This is where her bed was at, right here. I talked to the owner. I video called him and everything. And I've been here, and little kids laughing. I just thought it was coming from outside, but it's like a little. I felt something go like this in my ear, and yeah, I hear all the activity coming from that closet, and right here. But this really baffled me. Like I said, nobody else has the keys. There's no kids in here. I lock up everything. It's a 4-unit complex. Nobody's in here. Nobody been in here. There's an alarm system. So we got paranormal activity. Look at these little feet. Look at these little cute little feet. If you're in here, ghosts, I mean no harm. I'm Uncle Dave. You call me Uncle Dave. Just fixing up your room for you. Okay? But yeah, I believe in ghosts. So if you have anything paranormal, share it on Ghost. But man, I work in every environment, even if it's haunted, you know. But yeah, you know. But yeah, say something. If you hear some ghosts or whatever, or capture ghost activity, share it, man. Okay, peace out. God is love. See you later.
The footage David captured already feels unnerving on its own. But when he later uploaded the video online, his viewers picked up on something far more terrifying. Something David hadn't even noticed. At precisely 1 minute and 58 seconds into the video, a soft, ghostly voice can be heard whispering a single word. Hi.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Then, roughly 15 seconds later, just as David is wrapping up his recording, that same gentle voice returns. This time, it softly says, "Bye," sending a wave of dread through anyone paying close attention to the clip.
God is love. See you later. See you later.
David swears he was alone in the house during the recording. He also makes it clear that he has never shared any ghost sightings or paranormal activity before this moment. So the question lingers. Did David unknowingly capture the spirit of the young girl who died in that very room? Or is it just an eerie coincidence? You decide. Sarah was alone, tasked with cleaning duties inside an abandoned asylum, when suddenly the eerie silence was shattered by unexplainable sounds echoing through the halls. Feeling instantly uneasy, she instinctively reached for her phone and began recording the paranormal activity unfolding around her. What she captured next is truly chilling.
Otra vez están escuchando muchos ruidos. Oigan, ¿de dónde viene ese ruido? Se escucha como que gritaran, como si hablaran. No es nadie. Se escucha que grita. Creo que es de acá. Oiga, hay veces que se oyen las sillas de ruedas que caminan, que hablan. ¿Qué podrá ser? Ay, ¿qué vas a hacer? ¡Ay, no! ¿Qué es eso? ¡Ay, no! Ahora sí, mire algo. No puede ser. No puede ser, ¿escucharon? Ahora sí sentí que alguien me tocó de verdad. Tengo que ir. No abre el pinche elevador. Les había dicho que se escucha mucho ruido. Voy a tener que ir por mi hija. ¡Abre! No abre. No está abriendo el elevador.
In the footage, a sinister whisper utters the words, "I see you," sending shivers down the spine. Mere moments afterward, a heavy food cart mysteriously slides across the room all by itself, propelled by some invisible supernatural force. At the same time, the elevator becomes unresponsive, heightening the atmosphere of dread. But the haunting didn't end there. Several nights later, Sarah was abruptly jolted awake at around 3 a.m. by eerie noises in her own home. Pay close attention.
No mames. No sé si pueden escuchar. El bote de la basura. Ching. Y el pinche bote de la basura se abre y se cierra solo. Aquí se fue. Oye. ¿Qué podrá hacer? No mames. ¿Qué ching? Oh, ¿qué es? ¿Qué chingados es? ¡Ay! Se escucha. El pinche bote de basura se está abriendo y cerrando solo. No manches. ¿Por qué chingados está haciendo eso?
In Sarah's bathroom, the trash can lid inexplicably starts opening by itself, a subtle but deeply unsettling sign. Although minor, Sarah and her family fear that a demonic or ghostly presence from the asylum has attached itself to her, now invading her personal space. They worry this terrifying paranormal activity could be merely the first indication of something far more sinister to come. Real ghost or elaborate hoax? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Nick had been caring for his elderly grandmother during a tough time when something chilling unfolded one night. While tending to her as usual, he witnessed something that would leave him deeply unsettled. Now, it's important to understand that Nick's grandmother suffers from Alzheimer's, a condition that sometimes causes her to stare blankly or talk to things no one else can see. But on this particular night, as she stood silently in the room, something happened that Nick couldn't explain. While filming the moment, his camera captured something deeply disturbing. Take a look. Out of nowhere, An object on top of the refrigerator crashed to the floor. There was no logical explanation for how it fell, and the situation became even more unnerving when Nick realized that his grandmother's dog had begun growling moments before. But things took an even darker turn when he showed exactly what had fallen from above. Watch closely.
All right. So this is in response to last night. My grandma loves to collect little figurines. One of my grandma's little angels fell off the fridge last night. You see how far back they are. Genuinely.
The item was a small figurine that had been placed securely toward the back of the fridge. So the question is, how could it have possibly tipped over on its own? Nick couldn't find an answer, but after reviewing the footage repeatedly, he noticed something that sent shivers down his spine.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just a plug-in charger. I brought my girlfriend Claire here so she can help demonstrate. But can you try to step in front of that? So it just does that. Move away. So that comment says that the Roomba doesn't do that unless someone's in front of it. My question is, like, why was he doing it last night? It is kind of creepy with a smiley face and everything. Even when it gets to the edge, it does that. But it was on flat ground.
In the clip, the family's Roomba vacuum can be seen making short, hesitant movements, back and forth, as if detecting an unseen presence in its path. Nick became convinced that the Roomba might have been sensing some sort of supernatural entity. From that night on, he began feeling deeply uneasy in the kitchen area. Since his grandmother's only television was nearby, Nick was forced to stay in that spot to watch anything. But then, while sitting alone one evening, the next terrifying event occurred.
So, I was watching my show, and after last night, I'm definitely not leaving these lights on. But I was watching my show, and there's nothing there.
The dogs were suddenly fixated on something invisible, both staring into the kitchen with intense focus. The Roomba wasn't in sight, and yet their behavior suggested they saw something Nick couldn't. This became even more unnerving when he remembered something his late grandfather had once told him. Before passing away, his grandfather swore he saw Nick's grandmother standing in the dark kitchen one night, but upon closer inspection, no one had actually been there. This memory, and what happened next, solidified Nick's fear of that part of the house, because after locking the dogs away and trying to settle down, the ice maker randomly activated, prompting Nick to grab his phone once more. That's when something truly terrifying happened.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yo.
Oh, that's cool. Jesus!
While filming again, Nick noticed the Roomba circling the living room until it suddenly flipped over on its own. There was nothing in its way, and yet it rolled as if thrown by an invisible force. Startled and terrified, Nick ended the recording and quickly uploaded the footage to social media. Like before, viewers picked up on things he hadn't even noticed. First, the Roomba had been behaving oddly, moving in a direct line, which is not how these machines typically operate. Second, it failed to stop or change course at the edge of the stairs, unlike in earlier videos where it clearly did. While Nick had experienced strange happenings before, this incident truly shook him. Though the paranormal activity seems to have subsided, this haunting video still leaves viewers with more questions than answers. Brent and Tom were abruptly awakened by eerie, unexplained noises resonating from somewhere beyond the bedroom door. Brent strained his ears, desperately trying to decipher these strange, ghostly sounds. Yet no matter how intently he listened or peered anxiously into the darkened hallway, the paranormal activity outside remained a complete mystery. Anticipating something sinister might unfold, Brent quickly grabbed his mobile phone and began recording. This instinctive action would soon prove invaluable, as the chilling footage he captured next defies explanation.
Alright, it's me, Brenton, as you can tell. Is the lighting good? I can't tell. Anywho, I'm making this video because I heard some noises before, and we were kind of talking about ghosts and stuff. So I was gonna see if I can, like, you know, capture some stuff, because it's kind of spooked. I feel a little safer with the camera going, you know, even though whatever. But here, let me show you really quick. Alright, so I heard the noise over there. That's the cabinet that I took those photos of. As you can see, the time right now is, let's focus for a second, there we go, 1:48 in the morning, almost 2, and wait, see that? There's something. What is that? Noise. Footsteps. Kind of spooked. Oh, that right there, that's just my shadow. That's me right there, so no worries there. What the hell is that?
As Brent hit the record button, the haunting thuds continued without hesitation, contradicting his assumption that the mysterious entity might retreat from the camera. However, near the video's unsettling conclusion, something even more supernatural unfolded. Without warning, Brent's cabinet door eerily swung open on its own, as if manipulated by an unseen demonic presence. No natural explanation could account for the door's sudden movement. Simultaneously, Brent felt an icy, bone-chilling sensation creep down his chest, reinforcing the terrifying suspicion that these paranormal events were indeed orchestrated by a ghostly entity not of this world. urban explorers from the YouTube channel El Rito de la Noche shared this terrifying clip online after experiencing unsettling paranormal activity within a notoriously haunted abandoned building. Despite chilling tales of ghostly encounters, the group bravely entered, determined to communicate with whatever supernatural entity resides there. Two of the explorers attempted direct contact, while their companion nervously observed via a remote feed. As the camera focused on the pair conducting their eerie session, their friend spotted something terrifying lurking behind them.
Felipe, me copia, Felipe.
R, ¿qué pasó?
Detrás de ustedes, en toda la esquina, detrás de ustedes, al lado, costado derecho, una cara.
R.
Vaya, mire.
Buah, vamos.
Te estoy diciendo que el rato el señor está atrás y el niño también. Mételo al bolso, que vamos a salir en pura aquí. ¡Uy, Brian! ¡Ay, Brian!
Alarmed, their friend urgently warned them about the mysterious presence behind them, but the explorers could see nothing. Feeling increasingly uneasy, they chose to swiftly exit the area. Later, reviewing the footage revealed something genuinely horrifying, a ghostly face peering ominously at them from the shadows. What intensified this chilling discovery was that the spectral figure appeared in a section of the building completely devoid of floors, hovering impossibly several stories above ground level. Did these explorers capture undeniable proof of a ghost haunting this sinister location? Or could something else entirely be responsible for this disturbing paranormal activity? Let me know your thoughts. Ali and his partner Emma had barely settled into their new condo when things began to feel off. From the very beginning, Ali sensed the place lacked warmth. So in a strange attempt to give the space some character, he brought in a creepy old doll. But after the doll arrived, a wave of paranormal energy seemed to take over the home. Believing the doll might be cursed or haunted, they buried it. Yet the supernatural disturbances only escalated. Then, viewers caught something in his footage that was absolutely terrifying.
She was right there the whole time. This doll was right here. I opened my closet and it was chilling right there. So you guys must have saw this here on camera and I completely missed it. I took a little bit of a closer look and if you look closely, what do you see there? Staring right at us. So I'm just gonna not touch that and leave it there.
That same eerie doll, the one they supposedly buried, somehow showed up again inside the house. Ali swears he never moved it. There's no solid proof either way. But honestly, who would want that thing inside their home to begin with? Convinced the doll was the source of the paranormal activity, Ali set up a Ouija board session, with the doll right next to him. What could go wrong, right? He also admits that in previous sessions, he forgot to properly close them by saying goodbye. No wonder the condo felt haunted. During this latest session, keep an eye on the candles behind him.
Harry, are you here with us today?
The left candle starts behaving erratically, its flame flickering violently, far more than a simple draft or faulty wick could explain. Oddly enough, it seems to erupt in intensity, just as he begins the Ouija board ritual. As the communication continues, the flame grows more unstable, reacting almost like it's tied to the ghostly presence in the room.
No, she is a child, from what I understand, so if there's something that she can't answer, that's okay. Okay, my camera's stationary right now, so I'm gonna have to use my phone to capture the other footage, but that water bottle just fell from right over there onto the floor while I was recording. What the? Holy shit, that flame is huge right now. Look at the comparison. Okay.
As Ali glances toward the candle for the first time, he lifts his hands from the planchette without officially closing the session, something every paranormal expert warns against. Things were already taking a dark turn. He pushed forward with the seance, but what happened next rattled him to the core.
Guys, there was literally just a noise coming into the office. What the? What the? Hello? I can't get in. Who's in there? What's going on? The cats are okay. How the f did that even happen? Guys, look at my wall unit's been moved, and I literally can't push it. I went to check out the noise in the office, and the wall unit is literally in front of the office door, like it's stuck.
Ali had cleared the office before starting because his 2 cats were already locked inside. Usually, animals sense when a spirit or demonic energy is present. They'll hide, growl, or try to escape. But these cats were eerily calm. Confused, Ali returned to the board to continue the unfinished session, and that's when all hell broke loose.
She does mean the priest must have put the doll in the room then, because who else is he? He is the priest. Mary? Was that you who just knocked over the candle? Yes. Mary? Why did you knock over the candle? Save you? What are you saving me from? Mary? Mary? What are you saving me from? H I M.
The candle's flame suddenly extinguished itself. Then, according to the Ouija board, a spirit named Mary knocked over the second candle to protect Ali from him. But who is he? The board cryptically stated that this mysterious entity wanted to harm Ali. Shaking with fear, he ended the session. But by then, the damage was already done. When he finally forced his way into the office to assess what had happened, he found devastation.
And everything that was up there has been knocked over. It looks like the door flung open and the vacuum was knocked over. So I don't know what's going on right now.
Doors were thrown wide open, and belongings were scattered everywhere. Sure, cats can cause chaos, but not like this. What's even stranger is that only a single loud bang had been heard when he first approached the office, When Ali entered, he was hit with a foul, putrid stench that lingered for hours. He tried brushing it off and went to bed, hoping the nightmare was over. But in the dead of night, something else occurred.
Whatever we did here, I know it has something to do with this. I know it has something to do with whatever we did. Whatever we did during the day last night. Whatever we did during the day, this is... And I think it has something to do with why the candle lit so brightly. Oh my god. I can't have any anxiety. It's I'm not gonna bounce. Check right now. Oh my god. Okay guys, I got the alarms to turn off. I finished fixing the kitchen. The bathroom is a complete disaster in here. This is a complete disaster. I don't even know like how I'm supposed to fix any of this. And this is all like Emma's like makeup and stuff that's been completely destroyed. She's gonna go crazy over that. Everything else here seems to be okay. The dogs seem to be fine. The bedroom has been absolutely destroyed.
After wading through the mess in his apartment, he remembered he had set up security cameras. He rushed to check the footage, hoping it would explain what had happened. But the camera had inexplicably shut off. While skeptics might say Ali staged the chaos himself and simply cut the footage, why would he trash his own home? And more importantly, destroy Emma's pricey makeup collection? The damage was real. So what really happened? Was it the work of an angry poltergeist? A malevolent entity attached to the haunted doll? Or something even darker? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
The priest